So now we'll get into today's main event. Okay, okay, sorry. I wanted to, before I actually do the prepared remarks here of Scott's, I wanted to mention how it is, in fact, Women's History Month, and in preparing for today a little bit, I was looking online and I saw this great interview, which lives on flydulles.com. And I don't know what year it's from. I don't know if it's from this year, even though it must be old. But either way, there's an interview with Chryssa, our guest speaker today, and she talks about Women's History Month. So, perfect, perfect. And I just took one quote here, and it says, there's a question asked for why should we have more women in executive roles? And her reply is, the real question should be, why don't we have more women in executive roles? Women are 50% of our population, more than 50% of college graduates, 70 to 80% of consumer spending is driven or influenced by women, and studies show that boards of companies that are at least 1/3 female have significantly higher profitability. So that is the kind of logic that we're expecting to hear today, and reason, and we're very excited. So I'll get into the prepared remarks. So it gives me great pleasure to introduce our luncheon speaker. I'm looking forward to hearing what she has to say. Scott wrote that for me, but it's true for me too. Chryssa Westerlund is the Executive Vice President and Chief Revenue Officer of the Metropolitan Washington Airports Authority. Prior to assuming this role, Ms. Westerlund served as Vice President of Marketing and Consumer Strategy, which included marketing, digital strategy, and revenue strategy in airport concessions. She also served as Deputy Vice President of Planning and Revenue Development, all that at MWAA. Before joining the Airports Authority in 2015, Chryssa served as a Global Alliance Director for Hewlett-Packard's IT Service Division and focused on growing revenue through development of new partners and services. She also spent several years as a management consultant, providing strategic advisory services to Fortune 500. She is a University of Texas at Austin bachelor's graduate holder, and Wharton School of Business MBA holder. She's a certified public accountant in the state of Texas. So please, everybody, welcome Chryssa Westerlund.
All right, let me get this clicker down. I hope it works better than the batteries we have at the Airports Authority. Well, so good afternoon, and thank you for having me here. It is a great time to be here as we celebrate the momentum we are experiencing at both airports, and we look to the future. And who better to share that with than the strong supporters we have here at the Committee for Dulles. We must source our batteries from the same place.
Gotta turn it on.
On, okay. There we go. In 2023, the Airports Authority achieved an all-time record number of passengers system-wide, with Reagan National setting a record for total passengers and Dulles International having the highest number of international enplanements in its history. Dulles International achieved the second highest year-over-year growth rate of all top 25 airports in the 12 months ended November of 2023. And in fact, the fact that Reagan National grew 7% was actually pretty amazing given the slot restrictions and the runway pavement project. So incredible growth for both airports last year. Dulles International was also named the fastest growing international airport and received a USA Today Reader's Choice recognition for being one of the 10 best large airports in the country. And just last month, Dulles was recognized as the world's most punctual airport for the month of February.
Bravo.
And on the business side, both airports achieved record parking and ground transportation revenue, as well as record terminal concession sales in 2023. This record-setting revenue is important because it makes Dulles more affordable for airlines, which helps them add new flights and destinations, and it encourages more airlines to serve Dulles. And that makes Dulles an even better airport for our travelers and a better contributor to our regional economy. This type of success does not happen alone. Our region's economic development partners, business chambers, and tourism leaders work hard to fill those airplane seats with business and tourism travelers. And they support our team's efforts as we pursue new routes and airlines. Our federal, state, and local officials consistently align and rally to ensure that legislation supports rather than hinders the ability of the airports to best serve our community. The Airports Authority also has a very supportive board of directors. Several of our members are here today who lend their background and talents to bring new perspectives. And we also enjoy great support from organizations like the Committee for Dulles and the Washington Airports Task Force, which go to bat for us on a regular basis. And last but not least, our airline partners, and in particular at Dulles, United Airlines, which recommitted to Dulles as a hub years ago, largely because of the authority's efforts to turn the financial situation around at Dulles. United made this commitment despite pressure they were getting from Wall Street to focus on the Newark hub, which they had acquired through their merger with Continental Airlines. And as we've all seen over the last 10 years, the authority has delivered on its commitment to make Dulles more economical for airlines and an increasingly competitive business environment. Around the time our CEO, Jack Potter, took the helm in 2011, the average cost per in-plane passenger that the airlines were paying was on an unsustainable trajectory, and United's passenger traffic was on a downward trend. As we go into 2024, the cost per enplanement at Dulles is down almost 50% from its peak, and Reagan National is the lowest it has been since 1997. This progress has been a factor in United Airlines recently announcing plans for significant expansion of its Dulles hub operations, including partnering with Airports Authority on construction of a new 14-gate concourse at Dulles and the continuing addition of new flights and destinations. We appreciate the confidence that United is showing in Dulles and in the Washington area market. In addition, United, American, and other airlines have committed to a new 15-year lease agreement at both airports, which includes over $9 billion of planned capital expenditures over the lease term. These capital projects are needed to accommodate continuing passenger growth and to meet the changing passenger expectations, as well as technological advancements in the aviation sector. No doubt a key aspect of this long-term commitment by the airlines and by our other business partners is their faith and confidence in the business, tourism, and elected leaders in this room and across the region who continue to drive the economic momentum that has been such a huge factor in the region and the airport's success. And for the Airports Authority, one key aspect is keeping the cost per enplanement at competitive levels. And there's really three ways to do that. One is to control costs, two is to drive passenger traffic, and three is to bring in revenue from sources other than the airlines, which we very creatively call non-airline revenue. Since 2014, when the Airports Authority Revenue Organization was established, the non-airline portions of revenue have grown from $316 million a year to an estimated $533 million in 2023, when using consistent accounting rules. This represents about 60% of the total annual revenue for the airports. More than 50% of non-airline revenue comes from passengers getting to and from the airport, including parking, transportation network companies such as Uber and Lyft, taxis, and rental cars. 17% of non-airline revenue comes from businesses that generate their revenues through access to passengers inside the terminals, including food and beverage operators, non-airline lounges, and advertising. Business-to-business revenue comes from the many businesses operating on our airports, such as fixed-base operators and those renting land or building space to conduct their business, such as in-flight kitchens, cargo building rents, hotels, and gas stations. And the authority also recovers some costs for services used by tenants. When it comes to transportation revenue, parking generates the majority of it, with over $167 million annually across both airports. And the remainder is split between rental car operators and permitted ground transportation operators such as Uber and Lyft. The commercial parking team continually works to enhance and elevate the customer experience. The parking reservation system, implemented just 3 years ago, is highly utilized and gives confidence to our customers that there will be a space for them, even in the busiest periods. And I gotta tell you, today is one of those busy periods. We are 100% full at Reagan National in our parking garages and lots, and both Garage 1 and Garage 2 here at Dulles are 100% full. But we have held back spaces for anyone holding a reservation. So again, I strongly encourage the reservation usage. It's been a real benefit for our passengers. We've also expanded the EV charging stations at both airports and now have over 160 chargers at Dulles in the garages and 101 at Reagan National. Other enhancements in development are improved signage, a more streamlined exit process, parking guidance in the garage at DCA, and a rewards program for our top parkers. And I'm proud to say that our parking frontline workers, including shuttle bus drivers and cashiers, get more compliments submitted by customers for their helpfulness than any other individual area of service. Whether they're helping customers find their vehicles, helping them jump a battery, or just providing a kind word and a smile, our frontline team works hard to make sure each and every customer experience is a good one. When it comes to activity on the airport and actual usage of the roadways and curbs, transportation network companies, limos, and taxis drive significant activity, particularly at Reagan National, where the average distance people travel to get to the airports is shorter, making the fares cheaper. At Dulles, these groups generated 3.4 million trips in 2023, which is a lot of curb and roadway usage. And while Metro is not a revenue generator for the authority, all of us are strong advocates of public transportation for passengers and employees, and are thrilled that in its first year of being open, over 1 million trips started or ended at the Dulles Silver Line station. That's over 1 million vehicles off the road. And the Silver Line is also a catalyst for international passenger traffic, because international travelers expect to find train service, and they factor that into their planning process. In fact, we feel so strongly about Metro usage that we ran a multi-channel marketing campaign promoting the Silver Line throughout 2023 that won 2 international awards. So we look forward to seeing the continued growth in usage of the Metro at both airports. The area that gets the most interest from local businesses is our terminal concessions program. And in 2023, Dulles ranked as one of the top 10 large airports in the country by far and wide for its food and restaurant offerings. Airport concessions are not just a critical aspect of the passenger journey, they also represent great businesses for owners. As I mentioned, concession sales hit record levels in 2023 at over $300 million, and shops and restaurants in the airport concessions disadvantaged business enterprise program were responsible for 44% of those sales. With a captive and hungry passenger base, airport concessionaires often far exceed the sales per square foot they might achieve in a comparable off-airport location. The airport's authority is in the process of completely redeveloping the concessions programs at both airports, so there's going to be many more opportunities for businesses in the coming years. A recent change to our concessions program happened on January 1st when we welcomed Fraport Washington Partnership as the new manager of our concessions program at both airports. The Fraport team jumped into action with outreach to our concessionaires and to the airline station managers. They also share a passion for excellent customer service and implemented a new concessions employee recognition program and a random act of kindness day where they paid for coffee, snacks, and other items for various passengers. We look forward to continuing to work with all of our Fraport team to enhance the customer experience. And speaking of customer experience, we are listening. We receive over 4,000 customer surveys every single month. And customers tell us they want more shopping and dining options, they want a mix of local favorites and national brands, and they want more healthy menu choices. Our concessions team and our partners at Fraport have been working hard to develop a strategic plan that will deliver on these asks and bring a blend of well-known favorites and fresh new concepts to our airports. A unique element recently added to the Dulles culinary lineup is healthy food automated retail vending. Now, I know what you're thinking. Healthy and vending shouldn't be in the same sentence, but let me introduce you to Well Found Foods, which offers fresh-made salads, other healthy choices in a refrigerated, automated retail environment. This concept was founded in 2010 by local resident Sarah Frimpong. Products are changed out twice a week, and any food that doesn't sell after each change out is either donated to a local food bank or to Miriam's Kitchen. Another benefit of these automated retail machines is the ability to offer more options in a small footprint 24 hours a day. Other new food and beverage options recently opened or coming soon to Dulles include Freshie, which opened on Dulles Concourse B and offers fresh, tasty, and healthy made-to-order wraps, bowls, smoothies, salads, and more. Some local favorites also opening in 2024 include Gatsby, Union Kitchen, Felina, and Rappahannock Oyster Bar. It's going to be an exciting year. And just recently, we awarded the concept. An awarded concept is Plum Market on Dulles Concourse E, which is committed to offering the very best selections of all natural, organic, local, and specialty items. Plum Market's mission is to inspire guests to live well with taste. Their menu will include breakfast, lunch, and dinner, and a variety of gluten-free, dairy-free, vegan, and vegetarian selections. And many of the ingredients are locally sourced with an emphasis on quality. This is just a small sampling of the exciting changes coming to Dulles that will deliver a delightful culinary experience to our growing passenger base. And when it comes to bringing new service to Dulles, when it comes to bringing new service to Dulles, airlines, all right, we'll keep going. We have more service coming. No, all right. All right, we're going to get more customers for these great shops and restaurants, and we're going to do that through all of the announced service. We're going to do interpretive dance while we do it. So between 2023 and 2024, 7 new airlines, 12 new destinations, and expanded service for 9 routes were either launched or announced. And I wish I could show you all of those. But I bet Paul Bobson is in the room and probably can name them all off. Paul, you want to tell us what the 7 new airlines are? There you go. Okay, West Yeah, North Play. All right. In fact, tomorrow we will welcome our 41st airline partner at Dulles, with Swiss launching their highly anticipated nonstop service to Zurich, Switzerland. The new service on Swiss will complement Star Alliance partner United's daily service to Zurich. And our business development is led by one of the best business development teams in the industry. When the airlines bring new service to Dulles, they are not choosing where to place those planes based on a great concession program or because we're really nice people to work with. They are looking to generate the highest return on their $300 million investment in that plane. And our airline business development team meticulously researches and builds over 100 business cases every year and meets with airline executives all over the world to make the case for adding service to Dulles. These business cases are strengthened by the information provided by our economic development and tourism partners that these airlines would otherwise not have access to. And why does this matter? Well, new service not only provides more choices for our passengers, it also has a tremendous economic impact in the region. The service launched in 2023 and 2024 has an estimated combined economic impact of $400 million. So how do we continue to work together and serve the community and build growth at Dulles? And first, I would say that requires a trusted and transparent relationship between the airports and the community. Loudoun and Fairfax counties have set the benchmark for transparency when it comes to aircraft noise through their disclosure requirements. It is one of the reasons Dulles gets so much support from the community. But recently, a bill passed in the Virginia legislature that would eliminate the noise disclosure requirements for real estate transactions. And I want to thank our Loudoun Supervisory Board, the Washington Airports Task Force, and the Committee for Dulles for proactively reaching out to the governor's office to push for changes in the legislation that would ensure that our region continues to have the same transparency that it currently has. Second, if you are a local business owner with an interest in doing business at the airports, connect with us and learn more about the opportunities. The new concourse at Dulles, which is already under construction, will have over 40,000 square feet of concession space, which we expect to be put out for bid later this year. All of the winning concessionaires will need contractors to build out their space. So for information about these concessions opportunities, please reach out to our partner Fraport, some of whom are over here, but also we have an email up here on the screen. And we also have a limited number of land opportunities. And so if anyone is interested as a developer or a business owner in looking at what land opportunities might be available, please reach out to our real estate organization, Chris Ulrich. We have his email up here as well. The third area we were looking for assistance is helping us to innovate. We are always looking for new ways to grow non-airline revenue. For example, we have millions of unique visitors who come to our website each year. Many of them are getting ready to fly to the region and spend thousands of dollars while here. We already generate about $2 million worth of sales through our website, but we think there's a lot more opportunity. So whether it's digital or other ideas, we would love to hear them. And the best person to contact for that is Steve Baker, our Deputy Vice President of Revenue Innovation, located right over here. And his email is also located up here. So I encourage you to reach out to him. And lastly, keep doing what you are already doing. And that is aligning and working together for the best interest of the community and of the airports. I recently attended a meeting with the chief revenue officers from airports all over the country. And I can say, based on what I heard from them, the support and alignment that we have here is truly unique. And for that, we are thankful. And with that, I will open it up to questions.
Anybody have a question?
I'm gonna make it easy on me. All right, excellent. Well, we'll close it down then. Thank you guys for coming.
Thank you, Chryssa. I think that was really nice. It's wonderful to hear about so much growth, and I think we're all part of it, you know. And I imagine right now is a time that past Committee for Dulles presidents sort of like would salivate if they knew was happening. They would be dreaming about this time. We're in the boom time of Dulles, so we have to continue to innovate and think forward and develop because there's still so much potential here, and we just saw about that. So thank you very much for your presentation.